truck, kind of like the 54 that we're building. It has some very distinct characteristics. You have your line up through here, and basically if you drew a line from here to here, it should be exactly like the 54 that we have in the barn. But this one I think actually used to be a fire truck, and it's kind of set up for hauling. So I'm going to bring you guys in so you can take a quick look. It's pretty neat. So this is the corner light. This is that bezel that I got off that 54 Bel Air, and this is kind of how roughly it's supposed to look from factory, about that far down. We didn't bother putting the marker or anything, so it doesn't look exactly like this, but ours swoops on over. It turned out pretty nice, but we managed to get it pretty close to ours. So anyway, this is kind of the general scope of it. You got the Swan up on the top. Looks really neat. It has custom steps on the sides, all MIG welded aluminum, as you can see. It's pretty cool. But let's get into the nitty-gritty details of this. It has a headache rack built into it. It has its clearance lights and all that. But what I wanted to show you guys is it has a saddle tank out of the donor truck. I'm pretty sure this is actually a Super Duty frame that's been modified to fit this truck. The shackles and this stuff kind of looks like Super Duty to me. Not exactly 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's a Super Duty frame. Because of the length, you have a hanger bearing on the bottom. He's actually running a Holland type fifth wheel, and it is greased. So if you take a look, I'm betting that he's actually hauling a trailer, and the reason why is because he technically does have air on this system. He has his lights on his pogo, and then for his glad hands, it took me a couple seconds to kind of trace some lines here, but he's using hydraulic lines, hydraulic couplers as his air lines. So let me bring you to the other side. So here's one of his glad hands right here, or glad hands I should say, but it comes down and it actually snakes into its air tank. It's not a hydraulic tank, it's an air tank. And then this line right here runs down to his compressor. Now power plant wise, it looks like a 700 R4 and a 350 Chevy transmission, or it looks like a 700 Ford transmission and a 350 Chevy, most likely 4-bolt main, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's set up to haul, so I don't know what he's hauling, but it'd be cool to see. Of 1949 Ford F1, but there's been a few things done to this. It's not running the original drivetrain, and it's been chopped pretty much 5 inches on the roof and 5 inches in the bed. So I'm going to show you guys around. There's a lot to take in on this truck, so yeah, let's take a closer look. So I was talking to the owner. He's running an electric fan, 383 stroker, and a 204R. I thought it was a 700R4 transmission, but it's on an S10 frame, not sure the year, but it's been dropped. Nice wheels, aluminum, kind of like a turbine. It's been cut 5 inches roughly out of the hood. Out of the hood. It's been cut 5 inches roughly out of the roof. Here's his interior. Really nice. This is a driver car. He drives it all over the place. Nice homemade Canadian flag for a tonneau cover. Turned out really, really nice. There's an epoxy floor on the bottom, and then he has a custom mural all done up on the inside. It looks real good. So it's the S10 rear sliding window, grafted in. Really nice job. You can't even see a seam. Chevrolet. We weren't going to go over this truck, but I want to bring you guys in. Take a look at this. This is an old book that shows you the amount of work that went into this truck. It's a nice truck to begin with, but this was a complete frame-off restoration. See if I can find a frame picture here. That's what it used to look like. Off, sandblasted, got painted. The complete frame off. So this guy did a lot of work into this truck, and it shows. The paint's in really, really good shape, and he definitely has a nice ride. But yeah, let's keep on looking. Here we have a 1952 Chevy 1300. It's running a straight 6 and a 4-speed transmission. I want to show you guys the interior around this whole truck. It's done up really nice, so yeah, let's take a look. 6-cylinder inline 6 to his 4-speed transmission. Poly carburetor with, it looks like an electric choke on top of it. Really nice truck, really nice paint. It's done up real clean. Inside, lots of chrome. It says 5-speed on the shifter, but it's a 4-speed. It's a cast iron 4-speed in there. Really, really nice 3-window Chevy. Back, it's not dropped or anything. It's the original bed. Wood's redone by a company. You can kind of see it burned in right there. Nice bumper, nice fenders. Tires, running the Koopa Cobras. 255 70 15, so it's a pretty big tire. So this truck isn't lowered or anything. It's kind of the exact same size it was ever going to be. So, we have a 1930s Ford, I believe it's a Model A, at least the original cab kind of deal. But there's not a lot original to this truck other than the cab steel, but I still want to show you guys this. There's a lot to take in on this and a lot of modifications that have been done. So, let's take a quick peek at this 1930s Ford. So, first thing, it's a lower end beam, Lucky 7, ball joint. Whole bunch of stuff, disc brake in the front, real updated front end. Still running a horizontal leaf spring setup. But if you come over, this is what I mean. This is actually the only original steel to this truck. The rest of it is actually takeoff pieces or fiberglass. This whole thing right here, running board, all that to the rear fender, both sides, that's all fiberglass on this, which is pretty wild. Nice tires, kept it pretty true to the original truck. But the whole back end is definitely not true to the original truck, you know what I mean? It's all MIG welded stainless steel for the exhaust, Ford 9-inch, which is 4-linked. You can see the 4-link just hiding there, on coilovers, optimal battery, all that stuff. On the inside, it's looking to be an automatic, but we'll come over here. This is his Ford Flathead V8 with the Edelbrock aluminum top end kit on it. That means the aluminum heads on the top, well, you could call them heads, basically a big old slab of aluminum basically, and then you have your aluminum intake on the inside. Poly carburetor, fuel pump, all that stuff. Looks really nice. He did a really clean job. It's a nice resto mod, keeps the vehicle running, looks really awesome.